She is the 400-meter hurdles world record holder, Olympic champion, and World Championship silver medalist. But Sydney Mclaughlin says she does not get the respect she deserves. In a video recorded immediately following her world record run at the U.S. Olympic trials in late June, but released following her Tokyo exploits, Mclaughlin broke down in tears, saying there is toxicity about fame.
When I say I'm grateful for the platform, and I'm grateful to be able to reach people. But I don't want it. Like, when I tell you I don't want fame, I don't want any of that. It's toxic. It genuinely physically makes me sick. When I got back on social media for not being on for 3 or 4 weeks before the trials, I started getting anxiety. Because you look and you're looking at what everybody else is doing, what everyone else is posting, how many followers they have, and it physically makes you sick. I don't want that. I don't want the fame. I would just like a little bit of respect. We don't have to be best friends. You may not agree with my message. But in the sport, at the age of 21, to be a 2-time Olympian and a world record holder, I would just like a little bit of respect. Just a little bit. You guys can have all that other stuff. People really think that I'm standing here today because of my followers or because of how I look. It blows my mind. People who have been my teammates, who have watched me die every day at practice, believe I'm standing here today because I have followers. Because I'm light-skinned. I can't control what color my skin is. I can't control who presses the follow button. But I can control what I do on that track. And that's the thing that doesn't get the respect, and it blows my mind.
2 minutes and 10 seconds there of Mclaughlin, who was on video there in a 10-minute presentation overall, just excerpts of it. In the video under that, she actually wrote on Instagram, even in success there can be pain, even in triumph there can be tribulation. Alex Jordan is in St. Kitts preparing for the start of the CPL and likely getting ready for dinner, but she joins us to discuss this issue. Alex, what did you make of this Sydney Mclaughlin video, especially coming after a few weeks that we linked with you about the Naomi Osaka issues and the mental stress that she was under?
Yeah, well, it's very powerful video, and I would encourage everyone watching, when they have a chance, to watch the whole thing. It's about 10 minutes long. A couple of observations. First of all, I was obviously in the orbit of Sydney Mclaughlin over the Olympics, and I noticed her insofar as, I don't want to say she didn't smile, because we mustn't be telling women to smile, but she had all the time a strange look on her face. I thought she must be shy, or maybe she doesn't like media. She never looked very at ease when I saw her around the track at the Olympics. Of course, this video gives it a lot of context. This is the time we're living in. I mean, the world has changed so quickly and so immediately in all these ways. I think the pandemic has not helped, because with the pandemic, there's been an intensification of social media and people's reliance on it. I think she's saying a lot of things in that video, Lance. She's saying, obviously, she's struggling emotionally. I mean, Kadir, she's now 22 years old. She's done a lot in her short life and had a lot of, yeah, I mean, come on, 2-time Olympian, a 2-time gold medalist, etc., world record holder. So she's now engaged to her fiancé. There's been a lot for quite a short life. But there's a conflation of issues. There's mental health issues. There's great stress and pressure on a champion of that stature. And then, of course, there's that colorism thing, which has raised its ugly head.
Yeah, you know what? I watched the entire thing, and right throughout the 10 minutes of the video, I had this feeling inside of me that there's something she wasn't saying. There was something that was burning her that she didn't quite articulate. Did you feel that?
Definitely. And I think there's two things, because I've watched it a few times now when I knew I was going to come on here to talk about it. I think there's something within her team. I think one of her teammates, I think someone very close, because she talked about sometimes friends being closer than family. She talked about even people who have run with me. So something is going on, I think, even within her American teammates. Remember that she filmed that video right after national trials. Huh? This was pre-Olympic. And I think the big issue, which for me came at the end, was about being a light-skinned Black person and her perceived injustice that, you know, of people thinking she's gotten the way she is because she has followers, which is a point that is ludicrous because clearly she's gotten. Can you still hear me? I feel like I'm sticking.
Yeah, we're hearing it. There's a bit of a stutter, but we're hearing.
Okay, she's clearly gotten where she is because she's an extraordinary runner. I mean, she's done all the work on the track, so there's no question about that. But, you know, within our Black community, you know what it's like. We have a lot of colorism issues. Sydney Mclaughlin's only a young girl. She wants respect for the athlete she has become. And, of course, social media, mean girls will probably be giving her, well, you're light skinned, well, you have the straight hair, you get everything in life. And of course, she's very right and validated in feeling hard done by that. I do think, however, that when she recovers from this particular episode, when she matures even a little further, I think that she will come to understand that the way of the world, that light-skinned Black people have to have a bit of compassion for that position.
Yeah, and Alex, you know, throughout the entire video, I heard somebody, of course, crying out for help, and she kept saying it, crying out for respect. Do you feel enough is being done where the mental health of these athletes are concerned? Because, I mean, in close proximity, this is so soon that we've been talking about another top athlete, you know, speaking out about their mental health.
Yeah, she really looked to be suffering as well. And I think we've all had challenges with our mental health. We're not machines. It's like physical health. Sometimes you get sick. Is enough being done? I think yes. I think we are talking about it. I think it is actually the discussion of our time right now. It is very much individual work as well. Like, it's very obvious that Sydney Mclauglhin is a very strong Christian. Perhaps she finds peace in her faith, in her belief. For me, it is my yoga and my meditation. But, you know, we have to find our individual ways to get through these moments. You know, it was, you know, what struck me the most, Mariah, watching that video was I want every young boy and girl around the world to watch this and realize that beauty, fame, success, and money can mean nothing at the end of the day if you're not well, if you're not at peace.
Yeah, and just to add to what you said, she said there is you know, having fame is very toxic. Do you get that, Alex? Because you're in the limelight as well. Do you feel, you know, being in the media every day, being in front of people every day is very toxic?
Yeah, I've had my good times and my bad times. You know, I try to explain to someone, and Sydney Mclaughlin's job is a bit like that. You know, it's like going to work every day, and every single day of your work is assessed and judged by the public, right? Which is different from other people's works, right? They're in their own offices or within their own companies. But someone who is in the limelight is constantly assessed, critiqued. You know, people are always choosing the next stage of my career for me. People I don't know. You know, why aren't you there? Or why are you doing this? And I think, I'm sorry, who are you? Who are you? Or you get too skinny, you get too fat. Oh, what's going on? I mean, there's consistent observation. You can't rely on people to be sensitive. That's the bottom line. But the difference between Mclauglin and I is age, maturity. Yeah. I feel I've come through a bigger part of that. Because, you know, there was part of me, if I'm honest, at the end of the video, I was like, was she freaking out, Mom? She's a two-time Olympian. She don't even have to answer them. Why is she even talking to her haters? But the truth is, she's in pain. She's in terrible pain, and it matters to her.
Yeah. Alex, I think we have got to continue this discussion in another dimension at some point. I don't want to sound like an old fogey or anything, but this social media issue, I know social media is powerful. It has its multiple strengths, but there's this dark side of social media that I just wonder sometimes why people don't just back off of it for a moment and give themselves some room. But that's something we can talk about another time.
But Lance, you can't leave me there. I know you have to wrap up. But yes, one, it's very addictive.
Yes.
That's why and two, it can be very toxic and all pervasive.
Yes.
I'll leave it there.
Okay. A lot more to come on the SportsMax Zone. Stay with us.